I know you gonna kill it, bro. Ken, you got me? In the ghost house, in the ghost house. I'm gonna knock these ad-libs out. Roll up. Ghosthouse Studios. Yeah. We blowing clouds in the ghost house. We rolling loud in the ghost house. Break it down in the ghost house. Bring a pound to the ghost house. We blowing clouds in the ghost house. We rolling loud in the ghost house. Break it down in the ghost house. Bring a pound to the ghost house. We blowing clouds in the ghost house. We rolling loud in the ghost house. Break it down in the ghost house. Shit. Bring a pound to the ghost house.
That's right. What's up, everybody? It's time. It's once again, we're back online, back on Twitch. Happy July 4th. Good to have you here. We're live from the Ghost House. We're live again. So, yeah, we're doing it again tonight. Good to see y'all. I see Seti is back from last night. What's up? Distraction saying hey. Good to see you. Rosso Fizzer. Honey Baby Yor is back. You'll love to see it. Welcome, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Big patriotic holiday here in the United States of America. Having a good one. So I hope you're feeling very proud of your country right now. I hope you're really enjoying it. Yeah, just having a good one on Twitch. Zale's here. What's up, Zale? Good to see you. Yeah, gonna have a 6th stream tonight. I am very, very excited. You know what we're doing. We're listening to your music here in the studio. What's up, Dr. Diddy? What's up, Dr. Diddy? Here in the studio. We'll be listening to your music. Use the feedback command. Submit songs. If you are new, you have a 50% chance of being bumped up the queue. Started doing this last night. It was a lot of fun, and we're going to continue today. Yeah, so we're just going to get settled into the stream here. We're going to start it off good tonight. We got a couple things to talk about. Yeah, pretty excited to be on. Once again, been talking about this all last week, this week, but tomorrow night there's not going to be a normal stream. I might be on very late at night, but I don't know. I might not be also. But I'm going to be appearing on the Producer Lounge podcast. That's going to be on Twitch at 7:30 p.m. MST. The Producer Lounge podcast is the podcast of a couple talented producers here in Denver. And I'm going to be guesting tomorrow. The channel on Twitch, I believe, is Always 400 Official. You can go to always400.com is their website. And, yeah, we're going to be talking production. We're going to be talking Twitch. We're going to be hanging out, having a good time. Really excited to meet these dudes. So that's tomorrow at 7:30. I'll host the channel. I'll probably ping in the Discord or notify in the Discord. And should be fun. Yeah, first time over here for me doing a podcast appearance. I haven't done that before, so that should be fun. And who knows where the conversation will take us. But these guys are really cool, ultra talented producers. We've had a bunch of music from the 400 gang featured on the stream. There's a bunch in the highlights you can check out. And pretty excited about that. Yeah. So, yeah, so again, we're having another nice day here in Denver. It's been, I don't know, kind of a weird summer. Weather's been all over the place. It feels gloomy. It's always too something, too hot, too cold, too overcast, too whatever. But, it's been okay. And, you know, the city's still feeling good. Looking forward to the rest of the summer being nice here. I don't have any travel plans. I'm just going to be staying in the city. And, yeah, I hope y'all are doing good where you are and that life is going good. Y'all summer is going good, whatever time of year it is for you. Hope it's all going good. Yeah, so we got a couple things we do want to talk about before we get into music. So as usual, you know, I pull up a couple things just to do little topics of discussion. We'll go down right quick before we start pulling up viewer music. But yeah, once again, guys, get your songs in the queue. And if you are new to the stream tonight, we will spin the wheel. We'll see if we're going to bump up your music. I see. Oh, Rosso, can you get that in the actual queue in the other channel? It looks like it's in the music share. So we'll start that in a bit. We already got a couple in here tonight, so good to see it. But yeah, let's move the stream forward for a bit. Let's hop into some business here. love when the drops are working, making me happy. Yeah, so just a couple little things I want to talk about. First off, so didn't mention this yesterday, but I wrapped up on Saturday, I believe. Games Done Quick. I don't know if anyone watches that. Yeah, GDQ is kind of what got me into Twitch, so I want to shout it out. They just wrapped up their summer Games Done Quick event. I'm sure hopefully a few of y'all know about GDQ, but they raised more than $3 million this year for Doctors Without Borders. Big charity event where speedrunners play video games very quickly, and it's a full week long. And you see a lot of really impressive things, impressive runs. I don't know if anyone watched any of this, but I didn't see very much. I saw a very little bit, but there's some really cool runs. Wild Zelda showcase this year. So I just wanted to give a shout out to GDQ. Good job, everybody. Not super music related, but it's Twitch related. It's a big thing on Twitch. They get, hundreds of thousands of watchers, big donations. Again, over $3 million in donations in a week-long event this year. So kudos. You watch them. Distraction, did you see anything really cool? I didn't get to see a lot of this live, and really, like I said, the best thing I did see, which I watched the whole thing pretty much, was the Zelda Ocarina of Time run. Pretty amazing. If you're a Zelda nerd and you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch. It's kind of nuts what they do with this game. They really unlock a lot of the stuff that's kind of hidden inside the cartridge, like all the stuff that's left over from development. There's a bunch of it inside the Zelda cart. And so they take some of these assets and they sculpted this whole storyline around it. It was really amazing what they did. It's very hard to describe, but worth watching for a Zelda fan. So yeah, I didn't want to spend too long on that. Just wanted to shout it out. Next, oh, you know it. There it is. R. Kelly. Don't know if y'all heard the development on this. R. Kelly, so again, sentenced to 30 years in jail for his giant list of sex crimes he's been doing for decades. They put him in jail, and they immediately put him in Suicide Watch on a kind of I don't know what you call it. I don't know if it's technically solitary confinement or whatever, but it's it's high observation, low privacy Suicide Watch in the jail, and he's suing the prison. He says, I'm not suicidal. Why are you doing this? I don't know. This whole story gives me the creeps. Damn it, R. Kelly. Yeah, fucking. We talked about it when the sentence came down. Dude's going to jail for 30 years. I mean, that's. It sounds like a lot, but for what he did, I don't know. I mean, he has a large list of victims. And yeah, so this is maybe what happens when you're a high-profile celebrity going to jail for sex crimes against little girls. They're gonna toss you in solitary, and who knows, guys? Don't do any of the stuff this guy did. Great music, horrible person. Yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah, let's not do any of this. Bad times. You don't want to get thrown in jail for 30 years. Don't do it. And you don't want to be violating the boundaries of many people around you. Really, really gross. But yeah, so suing the prison. He's arguing with the status that they put him on. He says, I'm not suicidal. Who knows what's going to come of that? Let's move along from that. Let's move it along to something a little more positive, maybe. I don't know if this is positive. Spotify testing in-app podcast creation tools. So regular viewers of the beginnings of the streams here will know that I really enjoy railing against Spotify for focusing so much of their app onto podcasting now, and it looks like we're about to take a big step further in that direction. So now, directly built into the app, you will, and we'll see if they actually launch this. They're testing this feature. But it rolled out in New Zealand. It went live already. There's a button on the app now that you can literally press, and here, it kind of shows you here. So where you would go to, like toward the bottom of the screen, there's a little plus button. If you click it, it would make a new playlist. Now it goes create playlist and or record podcast. So just as easy as you would make a playlist, you are recording a podcast is the idea. And is this going to encourage quality podcasts, being able to record it direct from your phone and then, you know, kind of add library music to the background? I don't know. But, you know, it's making, you know, this is the promise of technology, right? Making people's voices more accessible, giving people a voice, giving them a chance to get heard, whatever. So, obviously big demand for podcast creation. Podcasts kind of like music in that there's a huge cottage industry for people who, you know, want to make music. There's a huge cottage industry for people who want to make podcasts. There are millions of podcasts now, many, many millions of podcasts. It's, you know, it's been a huge thing for a very long time now. I mean, podcasts, we're going back to the original iPod, which is going back nearly 20 years of podcasts at this point in our history. So, yeah, you know, they're Spotify's really, you can't even call it doubling down. They're putting so much investment in podcasts that they seem to want to be a podcast app. I worry about what it means for how easy it is to find the music that I want to listen to on the app. But you know, maybe a good thing for people interested in being able to podcast directly from their phone and upload it to Spotify without a middleman. For that market. Talking about how Spotify's kind of at the top of their possible market share, maybe. So maybe they see this as a big path of growth in the future. Who knows? So Spotify testing in-app podcast creation tools. I got a couple more things to talk about, then we'll be getting into music. Let's see who's here. Yeah, we got one from Fizzer already, from Zale, from Distraction, from Kusho is back. Good to see y'all. Excuse me. We'll get into that in just a sec. Podcasts are cool for when you're going to sleep. I like podcasts. I mean, I like the format of podcasts, and definitely, you know, definitely something like what I'm doing now is modeled around a lot of podcasts and things like that. You know, just coming on, talking about the topics of the day. It's fun. Yeah, not like a huge day for music news, but still a couple things I had pulled up here. What else? Sony introducing a new high-end gaming brand. They're doing monitors and headphones. Interesting looking headphones. I figured we'd just take a look real quick. What do you think these cost? It says later on in the article, but if you had to guess, what do you think these cost here? You have a set of wireless or you have a set of wired. The monitor here, high-end in quotes. They look, yeah, they look like what like we thought the future would look like in like old movies. It looks like a mid 2000s version of what the future might look like. In Brazil, this would cost as much as a car or a house, maybe, maybe. So the monitor retails for $899, $900 monitor for a 27-inch monitor. The feature set is 144 hertz refresh rate. That's pretty fast. 1 millisecond response time. Very fast. So these are for gamers. So yeah, $900 for the monitor. They're also going to be putting out kind of a cheaper model, and then the headphones go for about $300 for the high end one. So about the price of you know, what are the hot headphones now? I don't even know what are the hot headphones. Beats. What if you're going to buy a $300 pair of headphones? What are you getting these days? I don't know. But yeah, these things, they look it's a very simple, clean design. It looks gamery. It's the white and the black. Headphone price is terrible. Yeah, I thought this was a lot. $300. Wireless noise canceling headphones. They look like the Energizer Bunny head. Yeah, the Energizer Bunny wears some shit like this, right? It's kind of a clean design. Kind of a clean design. And the wired ones for $100. Who knows? Maybe they're good. Sony has a good reputation for headphones in the studio. I mean, I'll tell you that. I mean, definitely very widely used in the studio. The basic Sony headphones. Maybe that's changing, but it's been that way for a very long time. The Sony 7506s, I have like 5 pairs of them. Pretty good. All right, new Sony gaming accessories in the zone. We got a local interest story down in Florida. Lots going on with the music, with the sound laws in Florida. This is a different, we were talking about a different live music law the other week. You prefer speakers to headphones? Sure, I'm sure a lot of people do, but you don't always have the ability to have some nice speakers. You got Dynaudios too. Nice, dude. Yeah, I got the big Dynaudios in here. We got the Dynaudio M3A. You got their near fields. Hell yeah. Real nice. Great. So, yeah, SETI. Yeah. So, yeah, they just instituted a law in Florida where if you can hear, it's not even if it's at a certain level. It's if you can hear the music 25 feet away from a car. Basically, if you're pulled up in a car behind another car, you're 25 feet away. So if I pull up behind a car, if a cop pulls up behind me in Florida and they can hear my music, I'm technically breaking the law. So, so they just instituted that. And yeah, seems pretty ridiculous, to be honest. And now they have local musicians start petition to change live music law in Miami. This is they recently arrested a street musician on June 12th. The Miami Beach police put musician Jackson Strong in handcuffs for playing music without a permit, playing music in a park. Now, look, can it be disruptive? Of course it can. I'm sure it can. But should you be handcuffed for it? They put him in handcuffs. They didn't arrest him, but they fined him $150 for performing without a permit. So locals are petitioning to change this law. It doesn't say what he was doing, if he was amplified or if he was just, doing whatever. But I feel like now Florida has grown tremendously. Florida's grown tremendously the last couple of years. There are a ton more people in Florida now. I mean, it was, there were a lot of people when I was living there, 12, 13 years ago. Wow, long time ago. But it's grown significantly. I think it's the third most populous state right now. Miami is huge, giant city, a lot of people. And so the more crowded these cities get, the more people are living on top of each other, the more you're going to have, especially in places where there are different cultures mixing together, you're going to have these issues keep coming up over the music and the sound laws and, how loud can I play my music in my house, in my car, and, in public, and when does my right to listen to music at a reasonable volume end, and your rights to not be bothered begin, and is there too low a threshold for some of these things? Again, the law with the cars is wild. It's basically if you could have music audible at all from outside your car, it's against the law in Florida now. That's the statute they just signed into law. Yeah. Street music, you need a permit. Yeah, you do. You do, but it kind of it doesn't give a lot of details about what this guy was actually doing, if it was really disruptive or if it was the normal kind of thing you'd expect to see in a park. I don't know. But again, I do know that there are a lot of disagreements about these sort of things. We talked about, stories with venues who play music getting complaints by their neighbors. If you does it make a difference legally if a new venue moves into a neighborhood versus if a neighborhood develops around where a venue already is? Either way, you have neighbors, you have residents who are inconvenienced by the music, trying to get to sleep, and maybe they can hear it through the walls on the street. These things come up all the time in cities, and I don't know if there are ever real clear-cut answers, but it's this is we live in a society, right? How loud can Vegas shoot off fireworks for all night long, all night, everyone? Yeah, I mean, there's, and a lot of times there are ordinances about these things, and, people just ignore them, and there's not a lot of recourse, right? So is the solution more laws? Is the solution more potentials for, arrests and confrontations? I don't know. It's hard to, to say where the line is on some of these things. You don't think the law can last that long. It's crazy. The car one, yeah, the one they did with the cars is really nuts. I mean, again, it's the way the law was written. We read it, we read about it the other day, and it's not like if you can hear it, above a certain dB, it's not like if it's over a certain level and you're this far away. It's just if you could hear it at all and you're this far away. Really vaguely written, really poorly written, probably going to lead to a lot of confrontations. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Again, no real answers there, but interesting questions for sure. So we'll keep on top of all this and future things that come up in this realm. Sound waves from bombs, disruptive, probably. Yeah. You're complaining that the cop siren is too loud. Are they going to take it away? They are above the law. Digital music news. What are music streaming farms and how important are they? So, interesting. We all know this exists. Fire truck's too loud. Call the city. Call 311. Used to get pulled over in your town for bumping too loud. Wow. Where are you, Dr. Diddy, that they would do that? They, again, they just made that the law in Florida. I wonder if we'll see more things like this in the future. I wonder what happened to the promise of directional sound. That was a thing I saw years ago. People were trying to formulate panels, speakers, whatever, where you could only hear it loud in the direction that you pointed it. And then if you pointed it somewhere else, you immediately wouldn't hear it anymore if they pointed it away from you. People have been trying to create this for a long time. I don't know if the technology has improved, but I remember that being a thing that was being worked on. So these content streaming farms, stream farms, content farms, listening bots can stream songs around 1,000 times a minute. So so you guys, if you're buying fake plays, you might be hiring one of these bot farm things to put some numbers on your music. Now this doesn't cost. It says in the article, this doesn't cost Spotify anything, right? Like a fake stream is still a stream. It's still coming from somewhere. There has to be an account somewhere. There has to be a listen somewhere. You can't just program the numbers to go up. You have to actually give it a stream. So from Spotify's perspective, it doesn't matter whether it's a real person or a robot playing the song. It's the same thing to them. Now, here's the thing. The way Spotify pays out. Got pulled over in Michigan for all this. Ooh, damn. Town ordinance. Town ordinances for this thing. Again, the one that went into place in Florida is statewide, which is bizarre. Yeah, I'm particularly interested in Florida. I'm from Florida, in Denver now. But so with these content farms, a couple of interesting things here. So again, it doesn't matter to Spotify, but it does matter to artists. The way that Spotify pays out, Spotify does not pay you a per stream rate. That's not how Spotify actually pays artists. What Spotify does to pay its artists, it depends on how much money is coming in total. They take the entire pie of money that they have coming in, and they take the whole amount of it that they can dedicate to royalties, and then they divide it up amongst artists in relation to how much they get played. Right? It's not a per stream rate. And that's why they say that their per stream rate depends and whatever, and there are different factors. Spotify does not pay a set rate per stream. The way they pay, they divide up all the money coming in that they're about to pay out to royalties. They take their entire pool of money to be paid out to royalties, and then they divide it up amongst artists in accordance to how much they actually get played. So when you get fake streams like this, you are diverting some of that money away from the money pool. Does it matter? I don't know. Like in effect, would that money just go to bigger artists, or would it be spread around to small artists? I don't know if it matters. Maybe it's the bigger artists doing a lot of these fake plays. But it's saying industry mainstays like Rolling Stone speculate that artists could be losing around $300 million each year due to the high number of fake global streams on Spotify, an estimated 3 to 4%. It's saying an estimated 3 to 4% of all streams on Spotify are fake. They are generated by these bots and these music streaming farms. People, you've seen pictures of these before, I'm sure. People hook up a bunch of phones to a big kind of brain system and just tell them what to do, and they do it in mass. They they'll listen to whatever you tell them to over and over again. So there are a couple tells you can see when someone's getting fake streams. You can see, if they have weird towns listed as their top city and the numbers aren't adding up, you can kind of tell. And again, this is taking money out of the revenue, taking chunks out of the pool that could be getting distributed to artists that are legitimately streaming with legitimate fan bases. So you're getting some of Drake's money. I don't know. I think it's going to be hard to get Drake's money no matter what you do. Streaming farms or not. What's up? Yeah, I'm here to help. Is it true that TikTok sounds increase Spotify stream numbers? I don't know. I haven't heard that myself. I have heard that I've heard that it's easier to get bigger numbers on TikTok because the algorithm will kind of tries to juice everything. When you're new to the service, it kind of juices you up. It wants you to get a little taste of that going viral. Oh, you mean just if you watch a TikTok, does it count as a Spotify play? I don't know. I think it's just a TikTok play. No, I think it's just a TikTok play. Iran was your top country on Spotify. The tags are working. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the best person to ask on that. I only have very limited access to streaming data from projects I've worked on, and I've seen TikTok differentiated from Spotify, but I couldn't really get to the bottom of either of them. The accounting on all these streaming services are bizarre too. You don't really have a way to know. $300 for 70,000 plays on Spotify. Were they real or were they robots? It's not a lot. Not a lot of money for sure. But you have to, let's say, let's try to compare it to selling albums, right? So 70,000 plays versus selling somebody an album. Let's see. You sell someone an album. If you're on a label, you might get $1 or $2. If you're selling them direct, maybe you get $5 or something. And then they can go on to play it not at all, or they can go on to play it many, many times over and over again. It's a different thing when you're selling the music versus when you're trying to pay people for their attention directly. It's a different thing. So hard to compare. Most money makes from merch and shows. Album sales just not going to cut it. Yeah. And here's the thing. I don't know. Do you guys ever watch Bad Snacks? Where's she from? Really talented producer, violinist. She's on Twitch. She's on YouTube. She makes lo-fi beats. She plays violin. She tours. She's super talented. She was talking about this tour she just did and talking about how all the venues now are starting to take 20-30% of your merch fees. So, I mean, you really have to mark up your merch extremely to make any money at all. And, like, there's a certain point where it's like, if you're trying to sell a T-shirt for $50 or $60, like, it's going to be a tough sell, right? You can't do that, not unless you're huge, But if the venue and your label and everyone's taking a percentage of everything, and she was saying that, she kind of got the sense that merchandise was kind of an advertising expense now. Kind of a marketing expense and not really a way to make money. It's hard. Everyone's got to find their own way, but none of these ways are easy. You think all the labels will have their own streaming platforms segmented? I'm surprised it's not like that now. I've talked about this before. Yeah, because all the video services are very segmented. Like the stuff that's on Disney isn't on Netflix, isn't on Hulu. I mean, I know it's just gotten like that in the last couple of years, but very segmented now. Music, all the stuff that's on Spotify is on Tidal, is on Apple, is on Amazon. So what's the difference? Why go for one over the other? There's really not huge differentiation. So, SoundCloud has different music on it than the other services. Bandcamp has different music on it than the other services. But you figure that those will becoming more differentiated. Yeah. You got a hate letter for recording Bob Ross. Bob Ross's son sent you a letter for recording his stuff off PBS. That's yeah, that's like a person license likeness or something. What do you call it? There's like it's like you have the copyright for the content, but then you also have like kind of the your likeness, like the rights to your own person, kind of. So his estate probably controls the character Bob Ross. Tidal has exclusives. Apple Music implementing exclusives, implementing different stuff. They're all going to have to start differentiating soon and find ways that retain the most customers. Whatever. All right, so music streaming farms. And yeah, just one more thing, and then we'll start playing the music, guys. I know it's been a minute getting up to this point, so thanks for hanging out. There's something big happened a couple of weeks ago. Didn't talk about it on the stream. Is it big? I don't know. I didn't talk about it because at first I'm like, I don't think it is big. But I saw someone mention it again today, so I figured I'd bring it back up. The clap format plugin. Or plugin format, rather. It really is it's a new plugin format. Holding your artist in a label and a certain platform would cut down on plays. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Probably a reason why they haven't done it yet. Kanye's ahead of the game with the stem player thing and all that stuff. Yeah, I think so. I mean, certainly he knows how to make something interesting and charge a premium for it. That thing was like, what, like $200? Yeah. So I don't know if you guys saw this. A couple of weeks ago, this was announced. And again, I didn't even really pay attention to it at a time. You're like, okay, a new format, so what? Saw a couple of people talking about it today, so I figured I'd bring it back up and we'd just take a look really quick. So this will be the last thing, and then we'll hop into music in a second. Thank you guys for hanging out, and do toss more songs in the Discord if you like. We only got a couple in there now, but good enough to get the stream started. We'll have a good one here. So yeah, UHE and Bitwig announced a new plugin format last year, and it's coming out, or maybe it is out. They just released more details the last couple of weeks ago. That was when I heard of it. It was a couple of weeks ago, and I don't know if there's any news on it today, but I saw a couple of people talking about it. They were excited for it, we're getting into the music in a sec. I know some people get impatient with this. I get it. Usually the idea is we're letting people come into the chat. We're letting it build up. We're letting people get here and post their music in the chat and get an audience together. So we'll see if it's working or not. Maybe it drives people away. I don't know. I think it's fun. Yeah, new plugin format. So the idea is a couple things here. They want there's MIDI 2.0 now, right? Like this is something that's been the last couple of years. You have like polyphonic aftertouch, this kind of thing, per note automation, per note modulation. Instead of just having a mod wheel that controls the entire sound, you have modulations per voice, per note. So this plugin format accounts for that. It also says it'll make better use of multi-core CPUs. It will scan your plugins faster. It has better metadata. You can save, you can save your waveforms, your samples, your presets all directly into the project file, all this stuff. So, new plugin format. And, let's see, it might be coming to Pro Tools, Reaper, FL Studio, Studio One. And I got a bunch of big names interested in developing for this. But also a lack of big names. No Ableton, no Isotope, Native Instruments, Slay, Spectrasonic, Waves haven't announced if they're on board yet. I don't know. I don't know if this will catch on, if it'll actually become a new standard, if it'll just be like some weird Bitwig thing. I'm not sure, but I do know that it is becoming a bigger thing for some of these synths. Like my buddy has one of these Hydra synths, multi-channel polyphonic aftertouch. It's just a different layer of control over the synth to have something like that. And, if the plugin doesn't support it, if the plugin format doesn't support it, then maybe we need something new like this for the future. So you've seen this on, there's been people trying to get these new range of expressive instruments into the consciousness of the public. You've seen this thing, maybe the Seaboard Rolly, kind of a weird polymer keyboard that you can kind of like wiggle your fingers around, press in. It has a bunch of dimensions to the sound. You can see you could get a little vibrato just by literally wiggling your finger on the keyboard. So this thing's old, but they're trying to support these new dimensions of fidelity in the plugin format. So I mean, look, maybe you need it. MIDI is a very old standard. MIDI is probably almost 40 years old now, and kind of low resolution. So for a very long time, you see all your plugins, a lot of things, they have knobs go from 0 to 127. It's very low res, and so maybe new plugin standard, new instruments, new plugins, all this stuff will bring new levels of expression to the music. I don't know. Look, fun little roundup today. Went on a little while, but appreciate y'all sticking with me. We're starting the music now. We're starting it right now. It's that time. So appreciate y'all being here today. In the queue, we got Fizzer, we got Zale, we got Distraction, we got Kusho. Guys, keep posting music. If you're new here, please follow and post your music. New followers will spin the wheel. We might bump you up the queue, and we'll see how that goes. Tested that last night, and it was working pretty well. I thought it was keeping it fun, getting some new voices in here, making it so the queue isn't so painful. But also, it's not like everyone's skipping ahead. A couple people skip ahead. What's up, Jay? Will Beats, good to have you here tonight again. Good to see you. So let's get into it. Yeah, so again, we have Fizzer coming up first. It is Radio Ghosthouse. Gonna have a good stream tonight. We're gonna be on a nice long time, so everyone get nice and comfy. Seti, can you send a file? Yeah, for sure. Of course you can. Of course you can. Yeah, please toss it in the Discord. Everyone get your music in the Discord. Oh shoot, I said it before. Rosso, if you're still here, please get your song in the feedback queue. It's in the wrong channel, and it might get skipped. So let's see. Let's jump into Fizzers. Let's get started here tonight, guys. Gonna be a good night. You know what it is.
Radio Ghosthouse.
It's Radio Ghosthouse again. So yeah, gonna have a good one. Listen to all y'all's music here. Again, we're in the Ghosthouse. We're in Denver, Colorado. Welcome, you guys. It's good to see y'all coming back, hanging out.